Hello again, welcome back to Foxes Abroad, and this is just an update for what's going on in the garage. Got a lot of friends messaging me and things like that saying, hey Mike, you didn't put out a video last week. And I was like, yeah, there's not a lot happening. In England here, we braved the hot weather last week. Got up to 102 degrees, and in the States, you guys may realize or have been exposed to temperatures like that, but in the UK, this country is not geared up for high temperatures. I mean, there's hardly any houses that have air conditioning. And go to work, I got air conditioning. The ride home, I got air conditioning in the car. And then it came time to get out of the car to go in the house. And it's like, ugh, you don't want to get out. And it's hard enough sleeping at night with temperatures like that because fans can only do so much. So it was a miserable time last week, so we didn't get out and do a whole lot. John's car, we got there last Wednesday for our Wednesday night special. Pete and I headed down there. Didn't do a whole lot. Nothing high speed anyway. We put the diff cover on. John put the diff cover on his car. We filled it up with gear oil. We centered the rear axle left to right, adjusting the upper control arms to make sure the tires weren't going to rub on the wheel arches or anything like that. It looked literally like 2 spins of the upper control arms, so that's not really video worthy. We put his front license plate bracket on, the same one I got from, they sell it at LMR, the quick disconnect ones, so he's still waiting on his registration. That's not really video worthy. So, and that was our evening at John's. If you look in the garage, a little cluttered still, but the 390 is out of here. The reason it's out of here is because some parts showed up, so I managed to get the block off to the machine shop. New pistons is going from 20 over to 30 over. It's got to get a sleeve in the number 6 bore because the corrosion in there was bad enough that it's probably a 20 to 30 thousandths cleanup isn't going to be enough to clean up that bore. So sleeve in one hole, and the block will stay at 30, keep some cylinder integrity, so I don't want to go any more than absolutely necessary. Balancing for the rotating assembly. Rods getting rebuilt with ARP rod bolts. I took the manifolds to a place where I get powder coating done because they do industrial size stuff, and like sandblasting is second nature to those guys. They got a whole big building just dedicated to blasting, and they're going to blast the 390's intake manifold because there was a lot of corrosion and rust down in the intake. And I don't know if the other guy built the engine and it was like that before, but I mean, the rust was flaking off and just falling on the table as I was flipping the intake manifold over on the bench. I was like, man, was this rust coming off and going down in the cylinders when they were trying to get this thing running? So they're going to hardcore blast out that intake, get all the rust off it. I did take off the pan, or the stove pan on the bottom of the intake, so the oil doesn't splash on it and stuff, so they'll be able to get that clean. I'll clean this up in my bead blaster. But yeah, that intake needed some industrial help, and I took the exhaust manifolds down there at the same time. Those guys are really good, and they do stuff for lunch money. It's just an intake quick and 2 exhaust manifolds, so I'll probably get in and out of there with, probably ready to be picked up tomorrow for like 20 pounds or something like that, like 20 bucks. So yeah, it's easier for me to drop it off to them to get it done than it is to mess with it myself. Because, if you've ever experienced the size of an FE intake, it's cast iron. It weighs like 70-some pounds. It's ungainly, and it wouldn't even fit in my little cabinet blaster sitting over there on the bench. So, and plus the glass beads aren't going to really touch cast iron very well. So that's why I decided to just take it to those guys. Easy, quick, done. It's just the drive-in miles is the biggest thing to get it there and bring it home. 289, we got some parts rolling in. Just ignition stuff with the distributor mainly. Rock Auto stuff is showing up. Rock Auto is a quick thing for parts in the UK to get it here, but we're still waiting on Summit. I mean, it's been practically a month now. Supposedly it's shipped, and when it gets here, we'll be kind of ready to start thrashing that thing together, waiting on the timing cover. It's the unique early one for the Hypos, so I'll show you that when it gets here, what's different about it. Start getting that engine together, start getting it painted, and get it ready to run here soon. I did get the distributor gear, the special melanized one from Summit. I got that over in the parts pile there, sitting right on the top. for the roller cam and the distributor gear. So, but I did order plugs for the intake manifold from Summit, but I ordered sizes too small because I don't know if I've never owned one of these intakes before I got it because it was cheap over here, Torker 2. So this is what I'm going to use on the 289 on the run stand to get it going. But man, does it have holes. I mean, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I got to plug up. And I ordered the sizes too small, so these 4 will be used. You know, the 3/8. There's one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, those ones. But the bigger ones, see, since I ordered sizes too small, it's this. So I got to make another order, and I need 4 of these. So, and I ordered stainless ones because just they don't rust and they won't seize in here. Put some Teflon tape for the liquid Teflon Permatex. What I'll probably use, but yeah, I just want to get this intake ready for the 289. When its time is up to get running, I had drama this weekend on my daughter's car. Her little Fiat clutch cable snapped on her drive home from work. So the wife had to take me down, rescue her. I had to drive it, I think about 16 miles home with no clutch cable access. So I started in gear and upshift, downshift as rev match is required, but typical jackassery, I guess you call it. But instead of buying the proper clutch cable, which was only 20 pounds, brand new, they bought some kind of clutch cable fix-it kit. So it's got these set screws, and then I guess you cut your clutch cable and you can pick your end, and it's got these set screws in it. They may have saved themselves 2 pounds versus the 20 pounds that the regular clutch cable would have cost. But then that's where it failed. You know, it pulled out the threads right here, and it wasn't even set to the right length anyway, even with the maximum adjustment. So they even cut it wrong, because even after I put the new clutch cable in and adjusted it with the threads it had, the clutch feels, it's got that release, you know, more than halfway down, so it's easier to hold to the floor. So they even did that wrong. So that was my Friday, Saturday, Sunday project, is getting my daughter's car fixed. And other than the little shenanigans going on, just what we're getting ready is for prepping for track day. So Sunday, the 31st, is the last day of the quote Mopars event here in the UK at Centipede Raceway. So Friday, Saturday is the brunt of the action. People from all over Europe come for this event, so it's packed. There's a lot of cars, a lot of money in cars, but by Sunday, by that time rolls around, a lot of the people are tired. They got all their runs in, they're heading home. So Sunday is the best day to make runs down the track, and that's all we really care about. So we're going to get there for the Sunday, John and I. John's going to get trailered by Pete because John's registration for his car isn't back yet. So from the run it down the track, he can't drive it there on the road like I can, so he's got to get trailered. So Pete's car's out for pistons. So Pete's gracious enough to take John, and I'll be following behind. I got to take my wheels and tires to Pete's this week to load up in his Bronco, because there ain't no way I'm fitting, you know, I can't drive there on the track tires, and I can't fit them in the back of the car. You know, they're too big in a coupe. If I had a hatchback, I could do it, but dug my old helmet out. So I just was farting around this weekend. Stand by here. So just an old flat black motorcycle helmet I've wore like 3 times when I was in Florida. Went to the track a couple times, but I just went and dug in my sticker box and just adorned it with some stickers and stuff. Getting ready to bring that, because I'll need that on the day, and depending on how fast I run, I don't know if I'm going to need a roll bar in the future. So I mean, I'm hoping that I'll need a roll bar because I want to be fast, but hoping I don't need a roll bar that they're going to kick me off the track because I don't meet their safety regulations. But we'll see. I don't expect I'll need it yet. I don't want to go, you know, full tilt bozo on the first day of the track. I more or less want to just take it easy, get down the track, lean into it a bit, do some data logs with the Terminator, see how things are going. And next month we have an outing. I think it's planned on the 12th, where it's a Mustang event track day. So it's just the Mustang Club of UK, and that's another good day where it's kind of a closed to regular schmoes. It's only open for like private people who are pre-registered. So that's a day we'll be able to get a lot of runs in as well. And so this weekend is kind of going to be a shakedown weekend, and I hope it just goes well, smooth, no breakages for me and John. And but that's what's going on. So a lot of camera in my face, me talking, but that's the updates for now. Hopefully, well, things are going to be happening soon, if nothing else, the track day, and parts are going to show, and things are getting done. So with that said, that's what's going on here in the UK. Getting back to some cooler weather, getting the cars out finally, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, and hopefully it'll be from our track day. See you soon.